Welcome to a Coffee Talk with P3 special presentation. This Coffee Talk with P3 podcast is highlighting many of the arts and culture nonprofits participating in this year's Long Beach Gives citywide fundraising campaign. Let's listen to learn more about Long Beach Gives and its annual Day of Giving.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk with P3. I'm John Peterson, and I am here with two lovely guests today. I'm here with Matthew Harms of Long Beach Gives and Christina Kreachbaum of the Nonprofit Partnership. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you.
Y'all don't know what a feat it was to get Christina away from her computer. This little workaholic over here. But both the Nonprofit Partnership and Long Beach Gives are a very integral part of the nonprofit world here in Long Beach. So excited to have you guys here today and talk about your organizations and our upcoming Long Beach Gives fundraising campaign. So let's start out, let's let these lovely people watching us know who you are. Christina, we'll start with you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christina Kreachbaum. I'm the Director of Programs and Development here at the Nonprofit Partnership. For the last 6 years, I've been leading the programs here, including our Emerging Leaders program, and I've been part of the steering committee for Long Beach Gives since its inception in 2019.
Very cool. Yes. And Matthew,
Thank
of
you.
Long Beach Gives.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm Matthew Harms. I'm the Long Beach Gives Campaign and Engagement Manager. I am actually new to TNP in terms and Long Beach Gives in terms of working, but I am very familiar with the organization and Long Beach Gives, having been a part of the nonprofit world going back to about 2004, my first job with the Long Beach Museum of Art. And I'm excited to be a part of Long Beach Gives and support all of our wonderful nonprofits that are a part of the campaign this year.
Excellent. So the Nonprofit Partnership co-founded Long Beach Gives in 2019. Real quickly, for those of the lovely people out there, you are very lovely people, who are not familiar with what the Nonprofit Partnership is, how would you explain the Nonprofit Partnership in a nutshell?
So the Nonprofit Partnership exists to support the mission meeting of other nonprofits. So we are a capacity building organization. We provide training, certificate programs, custom support projects, like if a nonprofit is looking to host a board retreat or have some redesign on the organization, we can come in and help them out with that. We also advocate for the health of the sector, and annually we work with over 500 nonprofits locally.
Wow. You know, I found out about the Nonprofit Partnership. I was seeing a musical up at the Alex Theater in Glendale. And I had just started P3 Theater Company, a nonprofit, and was introduced to some random gentleman there. And he said, "Hey, have you heard of the Nonprofit Partnership?" And I said, "No, what are they?" And he said, "Well, I was one of the original founders." And he had moved on to a different geographical location, was doing a similar thing up there. But I said, "Oh, okay, I'll check it out." And I have been a fan and a student of the Nonprofit Partnership and a benefactor of a lot of the incredible services that they offer to the nonprofit sector. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you to that wonderful gentleman for connecting you.
Yes, I don't remember his name. I remember he was tall and had gray hair. But so if that helps, thank you. If you're watching this.
Thank you. So all tall, gray-haired man out there.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
gosh. So you were around at the birth of Long Beach Gives.
Yes.
Tell us, where did this brainchild come from?
So thankfully, a wonderful individual out there named Julie Meenan took it upon herself to find a better way for nonprofits to be sustainable. And Julie is the executive director of the Josephine S. Gumbiner Foundation, which actually was the original fiscal sponsor for the Nonprofit Partnership back when we were the Long Beach Nonprofit Partnership. And Julie really wanted to find a way to help nonprofits be more sustainable and not be so dependent on grant funding or company funding, but really connecting with the people they serve. So as wonderful as she is, she actually went back to school and started studying social work, and her master's thesis was a feasibility study on Long Beach to see if we could have a campaign, an online giving campaign here. And so the results of that study was, Long Beach is ripe for it. We have a great community that is very involved. We have a plethora of nonprofits that could really take part in it. And it was the right timing as well. Our community seemed to be wanting a different way to connect with nonprofits and to donate. So her thesis was a solid yes, it's possible, and her board, which I love, her board said, go make it happen, Julie. And so she set out to make it a reality. And the Josephine S. Gumbiner Foundation partnered with the Nonprofit Partnership to start relaying, how could we make this happen? What do we really need to put into play? And we needed a couple of things. We definitely needed sponsors out there, so thank you to all of our sponsors out there that came forward. But we really pulled together a team of incredible steering committee members to help us identify who are the players that we needed to have in the room, what resources we needed, and how we can make this happen. So today, over the years, we were able to build out a platform for the giving campaign. We have developed a series of trainings for all the nonprofits to build up their own skills, so that this isn't something that only benefits Long Beach during Long Beach Gives. Our nonprofits are skilled and trained to connect throughout the year now. So we provided trainings on marketing, on fund development, on communication and storytelling. And we've now even advanced to having a bank of trainings on demand, so they can access those trainings at any time. We held a wonderful summit connecting everybody, and really, have grown this campaign so that over the last 5 years now, we worked with over 350 nonprofits and been able to help them raise $8 million that are directly funneled back into programming for Long Beach. So it's been an incredible 5 years so far, and really excited for what's coming up with this year's campaign.
That's amazing. It's like the community helping the community build the community.
Entirely. And it's designed to do that in a way that not only the nonprofits are connected and taking part and sharing their message, but they're also asking peer fundraisers to come in and create a campaign that benefits the organization, but shares it out so that individuals are sharing it out to their own reach of people. It's generating so much excitement in the community, and we've seen over the years how our community has grown to embrace it. From the first couple of years, people not trusting online campaigning or not really knowing what it is, and it was very new, to now we have businesses saying, I've heard about this, I want to find out how I can be involved, to the city embracing it even more, to our city council inviting us in to present. We've been able to have the bridge change color to red for Long Beach Gives. All of these things just draw more awareness to the existence of nonprofits in Long Beach and the incredible work they're all doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So I think I got ahead of myself, actually, because I'm so excited. I was so excited to get into the meat of our conversation. We went from what is the nonprofit partnership, right, to tell us about how Long Beach Gives got started. Matthew, yes, what is Long Beach Gives for those that may not know of it?
That's a fantastic question, and a question that I get often, so I'm excited to answer it. If you are out there and you're familiar with Giving Tuesday, Long Beach Gives is a very similar campaign, but for nonprofits that provide services to Long Beach residents. So we are an annual giving day where you can support any organization that you feel strongly about and love, and you can do that through online giving, through an offline donation. We also have something really brand new this year called a group giving page. So if you are a business or any kind of group like Rotary or a book club, you can have your own giving page on Long Beach Gives and promote your favorite nonprofits on the giving day. So we're very excited to roll that out this year. And Long Beach Gives is a fantastic idea that has really come to fruition, and is something that I love because we are here to help the nonprofits. We're here to train and help. We're not here to really do it for you, but we want you to be an active participant in your own fundraising campaign and be creative. And we have all these fantastic marketing assets for social media that nonprofits use every year, and they're using them now. And it's just really wonderful to see that come to reality online. So it's a fantastic campaign that is really helping the nonprofits in Long Beach. And every single year, it's growing and growing, and we're close to now to 250 organizations, which is huge. And we really want to grow that number as Christina said, the campaign's raised over $8 million since 2019. And so we definitely want to continue that trend. And I think we will. Every year, nonprofits more and more that want to come out and be a part of the day, and more businesses are discovering us and want to sponsor, so that's exciting. And I think the future is very, very bright for the campaign. We are at a really wonderful time where it can grow in different ways, but continue to really be at its core a place where nonprofits can get help where they need, with fundraising. Because we have a lot of the nonprofits that are one person or 2 person shops that don't have the manpower that the bigger organizations have. So we are here to kind of help that along too. And we want everybody to be successful. We want everybody to have a successful campaign, and whether or not that means $100 or $1,000 or $200,000. Everybody's campaign is different, and so. What's great about Long Beach Gives is we really kind of respect that and understand that, and are careful about that, and want to make sure that the nonprofits know that, hey, if you're just starting out and you're a 2-person shop and your budget's maybe $50,000, if you raise $100 from Long Beach Gives, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's a success, and then you kind of just build on that. So it's a very supportive campaign. And that's one of the things that I love about it, and have really kind of admired about it for a number of years, just kind of watching from the sidelines, being a part of other nonprofits. So to be a part of it and working on the campaign is very, very pretty awesome for me. So.
Well, and you're an amazing cheerleader too.
Oh,
I mean, it's you being one of those nonprofits that you guys are out there helping. Yeah. The energy both of you really bring to this very challenging undertaking of a campaign of this size, a whole citywide with over 200 or 250 organizations. That's a lot. And P3 Theater Company was a part of the first Long Beach Gives, and then COVID happened that year, and we are one of those 1 or 2 people companies, so I didn't have the capacity for a couple of years to participate, just with everything else we were trying to keep afloat. And this is our 2nd year doing it, so we're coming back. And to see the growth that Long Beach Gives has brought to what you were talking about, the different assets and the things that us who are running all aspects of our business, we don't have time to create certain things like social media assets, copy for postings and emails and stuff like that. It's tremendous, the support, and the training was there from year 1. We had a lot of great training, but being the first year, not only for Long Beach Gives, who did an awesome job that year, but a very first year for every organization that participated, we were all brand new. And it was a little daunting, even for the brightest of us, but it was successful. Yeah. And each year, all I can see is that it has gotten tremendously better. And it's become really a well-oiled machine from the way I see it. So, really, really grateful for that.
If I can comment, what I think has really made a big reason for that growth and that change that you see is that we've evolved to. Not just Long Beach Gives providing some of the resources, but also learning from our organizations that take part. And so a big part of that has been each year we have new organizations that join in, and it is quite a learning curve. It really is, and it can feel very intimidating. What I love about our sector and the organizations that take part in Long Beach Gives is many of our seasoned organizations who have done Long Beach Gives before offer support to those new ones and say, no, you can do this. And the greatest thing that they do for each other, and what this campaign does for organizations, is remove the barriers to succeeding. There's no barrier in front of you, regardless of the size of your organization. If you can create a page and get the word out there even a little bit, not only are you going to do some great fundraising, but you'll probably end up with some really great fundraising as well. And that just really funnels to some great success overall. So it's really the nonprofits helping nonprofits as well, so that we can just be better stewards of our funding and better connectors with our community.
And that's what's really, and that's what's really great. I think we're very collaborative.
Yeah,
Like this,
we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. You know, the nonprofit sector in Long Beach, especially, I think is very much a collaborative, supportive space, and that's what makes Long Beach Gives special. And I always say that the Long Beach Gives nonprofit sector kind of mirrors the Long Beach city sector in a way where Long Beach is a big city with, I think it's over almost 600,000 people now, but it also has that small time community feel to it, where if you live here for at least a year or 3 years, you're gonna see people that every single day.
Yeah.
And people say hi to one another still here to strangers, which I think is fantastic. So that's what makes, I think, Long Beach special. What makes Long Beach Give special is I think the campaign mirrors that a lot.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The cultural diversity that's in this city, so many backgrounds, and if you look at all the organizations that participate in Long Beach Gives, and all the nonprofits in the city, aside from that as well, but you've got that replication of diversity, which is pretty exciting and amazing.
It really is quite astounding when you go to the website and you can peruse the profiles of over 240 nonprofits across 16 causes, and that's really, again, really amazing to see that, how many we have within education or youth serving organizations or health organizations or social justice. You can see the diversity, you can see it reflecting our city, and again, just helping for total sustainability so that we're uplifting everyone through this. That's really the goal out of it.
That's fantastic.
It's also amazing too, just to see and learn about the new nonprofits and discover new things that I didn't know about. I think that's really amazing. All of the nonprofits that are offering all these different services to help people and to get support. And that's just really, really incredible. I thought I knew what the Long Beach nonprofit sector was, and then I got here and my mind is blown.
It's
because
huge.
it's huge. I mean, there are so many great organizations and so many great people that are running those organizations that are out in the community trying to make a difference in the world, and that's very powerful. So what I love about Long Beach Gives is we kind of harness all of that together, and support those people.
Yeah. So speaking of support, you mentioned that, Christina, that one of the things that's been very helpful is the veteran organizations that have participated in Long Beach Gives get to work with and help out the newbies. And that was really exemplified in this was the first year, I believe, for the summit for the Long Beach Gives. And it's also your first year, Matthew. So I know you had quite a big hand in the culmination of that summit. And the fact that you guys had panels of basically those of us who are all in this together, who have done it before, getting to share our experiences and knowledge and resources with the new attendees. Or, again, even if you're seasoned, you always have something to learn from somebody else.
Right.
So what was that like, putting that huge summit together where there was over 300 people, I think you said, participated?
Yeah, it was the very first one that Long Beach Gives has ever put on. It was our first big in-person events, and so I remember just getting on stage and that day and just looking around and seeing all the faces, and faces, 300 people were there in that room, and people that I've emailed or just called but never really seen yet in person was very amazing and powerful. And you're right, we, through those different kind of breakout sessions that we offered people, we were able to really show the sharing and caring of the nonprofits that are part of the campaign, and that yes, we can learn from one another, and that was amazing. There was so much great energy in that room that day, and I think it's a great event. I would love to do it again.
It was fantastic from our perspective. The excitement that you were the first one up there that you brought to the stage and to the room, followed up by your exuberance. It really, you guys set the tone for what is going to be a successful fundraising campaign. Absolutely.
Well, and if I could lay in a thank you for you participating as one of those peer educators in that space and really giving of yourself and your time. And one of the, again, what I really, really love in that space was we just put out the call to people like you and from other orgs that had done this, and very rarely do we hear no.
That's
it was
true.
so amazing, how we just heard a yes of yes, I can help. Yes, I can be there.
And that I would say, being a new person, a part of Long Beach Gives and in the TNP world, that really speaks a lot to the staff at TNP. Because we didn't hear a no at all. Everybody was yes, I'm on board. What do you need? And that was pretty spectacular. So I think that speaks very, very well to the reputation that TNP has and the reputation that Long Beach Gives has kind of built over the last 5 years.
100%.
Yeah. But it was an amazing event. I mean, I absolutely loved it. And, those big events are always kind of, there's stressful to put on sometimes, but the end result is what matters.
Yeah.
And, we heard nothing but positives from people that came away from that day. So I always will remember that day as being very special because it was kind of a monumental day for Long Beach Gives, and so it was great. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Loved it.
Yay.
I learned a lot even being on a panel, from the other panelists,
Yeah.
and even from people who asked certain questions in the room. It just opened up new topics and new ways to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And that. So it was it was a win-win all the way around.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think like our nonprofits were also really giving them these are the things that worked and these are the things that didn't work, and that real world and kind of plain way of just putting it out there for everybody. Gave everybody that feeling of like, gosh, it removes the intimidation. It removes that kind of fear of, I'm not ready for this, which a lot of new organizations often feel, and instead empowers them to feel like, I can take this step. Let me just kind of jump in and see, because they also feel like when they jump in, they're still going to be supported. They're not jumping in alone.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And especially too, I think with the whole idea of asking for money can be hard.
Very much so.
So it can be very intimidating for someone, and so we help and provide tools to kind of make it less scary.
Yeah.
And really say, hey, you're not really asking for money. You're really, in a way, just asking to help a service in a program.
Yes.
Being provided to more people. And that, I think, is really fantastic, and something that we do very, very well, I think, with our assets and our campaign guides and all of our marketing tools. We want to make it less scary because we want nonprofits and the people behind them to know that, hey, asking for money can be a scary thing, but it can also be an easy thing if you kind of come at it in a way that is talking more about a mission.
Yeah.
Than it is about a dollar amount.
I have personally taken that information and incorporated that into what we do in our view. For me personally, I've never been a salesman. I don't like asking for money. I do not negotiate well. I put on plays and musicals. That's what I do well. So being able to take that and say, okay, I'm not asking you to give money so I can put on another play. I'm asking you to donate money so we can bring the arts to the community, to bring arts education to the underserved youth. And then I've been able to take that and give it to my board, who really is worse than me at asking. The passion and commitment and dedication are there, but when it comes to saying, hey, can you donate $100 to P3 Theater Company? They're like, what, so you can put on a play? No. So they now see this is what we give back. This is how you can support what we do to help the community.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. So thank you guys for that gift. It's it's an amazing gift to have. Oh, that ask. Nobody likes that ask. So for those people who may be watching that are connected with a nonprofit organization, how do they find out information to become involved in Long Beach Gives?
Great question. They can go to the Long Beach Gives website, longbeachgives.org. They can also email me directly at matthew@longbeachgives.org, and I'm happy to answer any questions and provide direction.
Great. How far prior to the official giving day do you guys start taking applications? I know it probably varies from year to year, but in general.
Yeah. In general, we have the application open for a few months, and we will shut down the application process within a few weeks before the campaign starts. So there's still plenty of time. If you're a nonprofit out there and you want to be a part of Long Beach Gives, and the application is still open, apply.
Yeah.
Great. Now, as we all know, there are always challenges in asking money, just not the actual ask, but just in general, getting out there and going, okay, let's ask the community for money. What would you say is the biggest or some of the biggest challenges that you have faced with Long Beach Gives? Because, while we're out there knocking on our doors of our circles, you guys are really knocking on the big circles, the big sponsors, getting the people to donate toward the campaign as a whole. What are some of the challenges that you faced with that?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. I would say, I think number one is, I think that even though that there is a lot more positivity about the campaign out in the world, there's still a lot of discovery. Mm-hmm. So I think for us and for me, it's really just been about kind of reaching out to someone new and kind of explaining what Long Beach Gives is and kind of talking about the benefits of it and why you should support it and why you should be behind it. Because I always think that there's, new money and new funders and new sponsors always, and there's always someone who hasn't discovered what Long Beach Gives is. Mm-hmm. One of the questions that I've gotten a lot this year is, what do you guys give? What does Long Beach Gives give?
Yeah.
And so I try to say, well, we are really providing sustainability to the nonprofit sector in Long Beach, and we give trainings, and we give support, and we give advice, and we give help, and we really provide a safe space for nonprofits to fundraise and find new ways to fundraise, and creative ways to fundraise.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do out there in the world, and so I think that's one of the great challenges and one of the great things about Long Beach Gives is that there's still more to do.
Yeah. The building that awareness is. That's always half the battle, for sure. Well, those trainings and workshops, it's even though you guys are doing it so we can succeed at Long Beach Gives, everything we've learned at these workshops we can take into our organization and use it for any,
yes.
And not even just fundraising campaigns,
Yes.
but sustainability in general of our
Right.
organizations.
Yeah.
So that's, for those that say, what does Long Beach give? That's one of the huge things that we can take away from that. And again, it's come a long way in the last 6 years at that give. There was a lot at the beginning, but now it's even, it just keeps getting better and better.
Oh, yeah.
When Long Beach Gives started 6 years ago, what would you say, aside from building the awareness, were some of the challenges that you battled back in day one?
Well, what's interesting is that there's the balance of the awareness to the community, but then even the acceptance of a new format or a new way of doing things was a little bit difficult for some nonprofits to also accept. Nonprofits are, if they already had a fundraising plan, then they've already had it planned out, and we come in with a new shiny thing, and they're like, hold up. What is this really going to work for us? What's our ROI? How much time is this going to take on our end? And does it make sense for us? And so in our inaugural year, we were really nervous, and we actually set some pretty conservative goals. And so for the first year, we had a goal of, gosh, could we get 60 nonprofits to take part? And we were not sure that would happen. 60 was a very lofty goal. And I believe we set a fundraising goal of $250,000. And we were nervous biting our nails over these numbers. As we continued to outreach to nonprofits and just share what the possibility could be, that's really, that first year, all the nonprofits that joined in were joining in for a possibility. We all had kind of no idea if the community would respond, what have you. And we rolled into the campaign on the giving day, in the opening of the giving day, with more than 60. I believe we had 73 nonprofits taking part, and we were like, yes, okay, let's see if we can get that 250,000. And we reached 250,000, I think, before early giving ended. And we had to do something that most nonprofits struggle with a little bit. Do we raise our goal now? Do we give them another goal? And so we learned just in the same way as other nonprofits learned how to run their campaign, we learned how to run our campaign that time as well. And so we upticked the goal, and we met that goal again that day. And when we upticked it again, and we met it again. And so we climbed it throughout the day. And I'm not joking, our entire team was on Zoom, because it was fun times at Zoom during the pandemic. We were on calls in Zoom at midnight, celebrating that we had cracked over $800,000 in donations that year. I mean, completely blowing the goal out of the water. It was amazing, such an amazing success, but also really set us up for, we gotta build then. We got to build, we got to expand, we got to make sure that this is open to more organizations. We wanted to remove barriers for organizations in taking part. And so for the subsequent years, we really started looking into who's missing, who do we need to outreach to? And then beyond that, like, how's the community responding? So we really put into play pieces throughout the year to engage our community outside just Long Beach Gives campaigning time. So we connect with our nonprofits throughout the year. We maintain connection with our businesses throughout the year in the city, making sure they understand we're coming back. Every year, nonprofits aren't going away, and more keep coming and being born in Long Beach, because there's so much need. And there's a community that responds to that need. So it's a really incredible, fertile space for all of these incredible programs. So it's been incredible to see it grow, but boy, what a nail-biting first year.
I can imagine. But you know, the fact that you crushed that goal so wildly is not just a testament to Julie Meenan and the nonprofit partnership and the capability you were able to bring to the table, but it's a testament to the community.
Entirely.
To those who broke out that credit card, took out that wallet, that checkbook, and supported all of these nonprofits. And there was support, from what I understand, not just for specific organizations and what their cause was, but for the campaign as a whole. People donated, this amount of money, and it was spread through the 73 nonprofits. So it's supportive of the nonprofit sector as a whole. So not only could we not do the campaign without TNP, we couldn't do it without the philanthropists in our community.
And I think what's really amazing about the growth of the campaign over the last 5 years, and just being in other nonprofits during Long Beach Gives, is that people now choose Long Beach Gives as the day that they're going to contribute to the nonprofit world, and that's amazing. So, I remember hearing from a coworker of mine, I give to this organization during Long Beach Gives. That's the time that I decide, to give. And so that's really an amazing kind of synergy that's kind of been grown out of the campaign, which I think is great. And we want people to be giving year round, but I think the fact that people now kind of earmark Long Beach Gives as a day where I'm going to choose that special day to donate and support the nonprofit world and the nonprofit sector here is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you can go to longbeachgives.org and you can actually go into on the top toolbar, I believe it is, where you can select where the nonprofits that are involved.
You go to longbeachgives.org, go to the top toolbar, and select nonprofits and browse nonprofits, and you will find a list of all 240 plus nonprofits that are part of Long Beach Gives this year.
And you can even filter that list by causes.
Yeah, it's
correct?
amazing. You can filter it by cause, you can filter it by budget, you can filter it by mission. So it's pretty incredible. You can really, if you want, if there's a cause you want to support, we probably have it. Yeah,
for sure.
Can I tell you one of my favorite filters?
What's one of your favorite filters?
The matching gift filter.
Oh yeah.
Because a matching gift or a matching fund, if an organization has one set up, then it's like they've already raised a certain amount of funding, and for every dollar you give, it will double that dollar as much as their matching fund has. So let's say an organization has $500 already in their matching fund, and I give $5, it's doubled automatically and drawn down that matching fund. So when you go to longbeachgives.org, you can filter by which organizations have a matching fund, and that will then stretch your donation for them even more and have it go a little bit further. So it's such a really just great tool to find out, like, how can I make my donation just go a little bit more? and have more impact. And you can donate to an organization that has a matching fund. You can also donate to multiple organizations, and that's again a great thing about this is that when we're asking everybody, all these organizations to share out, like if P3 says support P3 during Long Beach Gives, you can certainly do that on Long Beach Gives, but you can also support any of the other nonprofits in one shopping cart experience. So you can pop them all in the same shopping cart and have one transaction, one filing of your information, but you can donate to as many as you want through that one opportunity. You can also go back and do it many more times. You don't have to just do it once. Sorry, I'm a big fan of going back. Do it more.
Donating is easy at Long Beach Gives, which I think is what's really great. It's a very user-friendly experience, so we don't want people to be frustrated. We want people to be able to donate with ease.
As easy as a click.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yep.
And if you like theater and kids and cats and being healthy and the environment, you can support all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Support it all.
Yep.
Yes, for sure. So we've been talking about this amazing fundraising campaign. When the heck is it?
Early giving starts September 12th, and the actual giving day is September 19th. And so you can start giving to your favorite nonprofits as early as September 12th at midnight.
That's fantastic.
You can also sign up to be a peer fundraiser all the way up until the campaign starts. So if you have a nonprofit that you want to support and you want to be a part of the campaign as well, you can sign up to be a peer fundraiser right on the website, set up your own profile page, and have something that you can share out with your network to encourage donations coming in. So, and I'm sure all nonprofits would love to have you as a peer fundraiser, so don't hesitate. We'd love to have you join in.
That's great.
If you love nonprofits and you want to support nonprofits, we have a number of ways that we can make that happen. And so we want the donor experience and the volunteer experience to be inclusive and to be easy. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. That's my word for today. It's just fantastic.
It
is there anything about Long Beach Gives or the campaign that we haven't touched on, or that there's so much amazingness. It's hard to get caught up in that, but I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah, we have. I would just to say really it's Long Beach Gives has really kind of become a hub, and it's become a heart base for a lot of the nonprofits that are part of it. So I know from being an outsider for so many years and kind of knowing about Long Beach Gives and kind of following the campaigns, and now being a part of it, I really, Long Beach Gives is really it's a one-stop shop for nonprofits to be able to learn how to fundraise and be creative, and for donors to give back. And so it really is a great reflection of what Long Beach is as a community, and then what the nonprofit sector does to help the community. I think that's what's very special about it. We are here, and we're going to continue to be here and continue to grow, and it's an exciting time to be a part of the campaign.
And you can no longer say you're a newbie after this.
Christina told me you're not new. You are the campaign manager.
We have broken you in.
Yes.
We have broken you in.
May I layer in one more opportunity for our community? We are supportive of nonprofits and connecting with our community, but we also want to be a connector for the business community as well. So if you're a business and you would like to sponsor the Long Beach Gives campaign, we would love to have you come in, and our sponsors for the Long Beach Gives campaign are seen as supporting the entire campaign, and therefore not just the 240 plus nonprofits taking part, but for the future of all nonprofits taking part. So if you're interested in supporting it in that way, we would love to connect with you. Please let us know. You can reach out to Matthew at longbeachgives.org. And then you can also, as a business, support your individual nonprofits as well. There is definitely space for our business community to be involved in this, and we have been so grateful that we actually do have some great support from our chamber, as well as some of the great local businesses as well. So we want to thank all of you,
thank you
for your support, for your continued support, hopefully. But really looking forward, there's always room for more, because we are seeing more and more people come through and seeing the beauty of this and wanting to be part of it. So love to hear from you if you're interested.
Absolutely, yeah. No, We have a place for every sponsor and every group that wants to be a part of Long Beach Gives, either through a group giving page or through a sponsorship. And we offer those sponsors great recognition in the community. So their logos and their stories are out there as well for people to see.
Yeah.
So the nonprofits are made aware of all of our great sponsors, and the business community is as well. And another thing too is that I think the nonprofits themselves are also businesses, and so I think that there's now with Long Beach Gives is kind of made that more of a realization for people. And that the nonprofits are really doing a lot of the on the ground work to help those that maybe don't know where to find it or can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what makes the nonprofit world so special, because it is there to help those that are in need and might not be able to know where I can find help for mental services, for food support, or whatever it is. There's a nonprofit out there to help someone. So
Absolutely.
and we make sure that the community knows about it.
Great. Well, thanks, you guys.
Thank you. This is great.
Thank you,
Yeah,
John. Thank you to P3.
Yes,
for
thank
incredible
you.
support.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well, we couldn't be doing this without organizations like you, without individuals and organizations like you out there watching and supporting.
Yep.
So everybody, September 12th to September 19th is the period that you can give, with the fun, exciting, real day on the 19th.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And again, that website is longbeachgives.org. So you better visit it and just see who you want to support out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you again, and we will catch you next time on Coffee Talk with P3. Ciao.
Bye.
Long Beach Theater needs your support. We hope you will consider donating on Long Beach Gives Day to all the theater and arts nonprofits that are participating in Long Beach Gives on September 19th. If you could donate to all the nonprofits participating with Long Beach Gives, that would be awesome too. Remember to mark your calendar and pass this date and video on to your work colleagues, family, and friends. Please support the Long Beach nonprofit community on September 19th. Go, 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 Long Beach Gives Day! To learn more about the Coffee Talk with P3 podcast and the nonprofit theater behind this podcast, go to the P3 Theater Company website at www.p3theater.biz. That's P3theatre.biz. And if you are a theater and arts nonprofit that would like to be highlighted on a Coffee Talk with P3 podcast, or you know a nonprofit that should be highlighted, please email me, John Peterson, at john@p3theater.biz. That's Jon John at p3theater.biz. We would love to start a conversation with you and your nonprofit. Looking forward to enjoying another coffee and discussion with you in the future. Long Beach Theater needs your support. We hope you will consider donating on Long Beach Gives Day to all the theater and arts nonprofits that are participating in Long Beach Gives on September 19th. If you could donate to all the nonprofits participating with Long Beach Gives, that would be awesome too. Remember to mark your calendar and pass this date and video on to your work colleagues, family, and friends. Please support the Long Beach nonprofit community on September 19th. Go, 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 Long Beach Gives Day!